Okay, now, so far in this unit, the work you've been doing together, has been a direction from me, right? So you remember last week, and you know, in most of our shares, you come back and you have to identify like a theme statement. For the active engagement, you need to identify a motif. Right, so the collaborative work you've been doing, right, that has been a direction given by me. So today we're going to talk about how you can take control of that collaborative work, and I'll give you some choices to make to lead your own discussions when you're working together, okay, in your reading group. Okay, so we're going to build a chart up here. What's most important, or, oh, I wrote it wrong. What's most, cross it out. What's most worth working on together. Okay, so what this means is, what's the best way, what's the most valuable way to spend the time you have with your reading partner? Okay. One of the things you might want to talk about together is reading logs. So when you take out your reading logs, you may look at each other's to find things that you're doing the same, things that are different, things that you want to do that your partner's doing. Maybe your partner finds things that you're doing that they like. Right? And it's also a good idea to have another set of eyes help you analyze your own reading habits. Right? Because, you know, you're the one that filled in the reading log by yourself. Maybe having a partner look at it will elicit some different information that you didn't realize looking at it by yourself. Okay, so you could spend some time with your partner going through the reading log. Okay? Another thing you can do is bring problems and then brainstorm solutions. Okay, so in another class, there was a pair, and one of the students had read a book in the series already, so they had jumped ahead, and eventually they got a few books ahead of their partner, and then that partner was reading book 3 of the series, and was halfway through and was like, it's really boring, I'm not sure how this book fits into the series. So I had the two partners meet, focusing on that problem. Right? And I said, okay, your partner's having this problem. I think if you guys talk through it, you can figure it out, and then that will help your partner finish the book. Right? And they talked through it, and they realized that books 3 and 4 are actually prequels, and they happened hundreds of years before the real book 1 and 2. So they figured that out. They had a problem, and they came up with a solution. Anybody know what series that is? So books 3 and 4 are actually hundreds of years before books 1 and 2. It's City of Ember. Has anyone read that? Somebody's reading it. So you might know how that goes. So in that case, the student had a problem. Their partner helped them solve it. Okay? It could be that both of you can't figure something out, and you brainstorm together how you might fix it. Right? How you might find the answer, or who you might reach out to. Okay, so this one ideas. So this is one where, or one that I've led often. In the beginning of the units, when I sent you guys home with Post-its, and I said, come back with these 5 Post-its filled with new ideas. And then when you came back in, I said, now with your partner, I want you to share your Post-its. Share those new ideas. Okay, so this one we've done a lot before. Right, so you share your reading work, you share the things you're thinking about as you read, okay, with each other. We've done a lot of this. Okay, this one is particularly useful at the beginning of a book, because you're getting all this information about characters and character traits and possible problems, and then those problems suggest themes, and you start to notice motifs. So that's where all this information is shared, right? These are new ideas, right? So when you're working with your partner, you're reading a book at the same time, at the same pace. It's really good to have this kind of conversation. Now, what happens if you and your partner are on different books, or you're reading, like you're doing an author study, and there are 7 books by the author, and you're reading them at a different time? Okay, or you're doing a genre, but you're reading different books. One of the things you can talk about is motifs. So you can trace shared motifs, themes, or symbols. Okay, because we know that these things, motifs, symbols, themes, these go beyond the scope of an individual book, right? It could be the whole genre, it could be all the work in that author's collection, right? It goes beyond one book. So take a moment now. I just want you to talk to your partner, and of the things up here so far, just discuss what you've done in your collaborative work. Okay, discuss what you've done in your collaborative work. Okay, so turn and talk to your partner. If you need to move, move. Make it quick. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Turn and talk. Of these, which have you guys done in your pairs, in small groups? Okay, back together. So, I added one more thing up here, and this one, actually, let me try to highlight this one because it's the one that works well when you are at different books. Okay, but here at the bottom I put choose new idea, track and discuss. Okay, now you did this with character traits back in Bend 1, where you identified some character traits, and then you tracked them through the book, looking for them, looking for the trait to strengthen or weaken, disappear, Or another trait comes that is completely the opposite of that trait. And you said, oh, there's a complicated character. Right? So this is another thing you can do with choosing and tracking ideas. Now, the title up here says, what's most worth working on? Now today, you're going to have another formative. All right? You're going to have another formative. This one is related to theme. All right? So you know where we're going with this. We've had formatives about character traits. We had a formative about character change. Today we have a formative about about theme. So what I'd like you guys to do is choose one of these that you think will help you and your partner talk about theme. Okay, because you're going to have your reading time and you're going to come back for a share, but during that share, I'm not giving you any instructions. Okay? I'm going to say, you guys already know what to talk about. And I'm going to give you several minutes to talk. Okay? So the idea today is that you choose the way to talk to each other that's worth the most to you. Right? And my kind of hint is that today's formative is on theme. So you should choose one of these that's related to themes or lets you track the theme or themes in your stories. So right now I want you to take 2 minutes and make a plan with your partner. Say, today when we read, we're going to focus on this, and when we come back, we're going to talk about this. Okay, so you're making the plan, you and your partner. Okay, you've got 2 minutes. So go ahead, start now. Stella, you want to go and sit on that chair so you can talk to your partner?
But I think I'm going to do this and I'll click on friendship. Because since Matt
I mean, you can read that today when you're right. So one of the things you might choose to talk about is this one. Like, when we come back again, we're going to talk about themes and all this like, right? Because that's going to help you think when you have to write that. And you know that, so today, to use your time efficiently, or make the most of your time today, you should talk about it. Right? On other days, you choose things that are really important at that moment. Okay? So what we're doing is kind of practicing making a good choice about what to talk about. So right now, the theme is really meaningful. By the end of the unit, you're going to write about it today. Okay, who's got a plan? Who's got a plan they want to share? Deron, you want to share?
Yeah. So, showing us the character and how it relates to the scene.
Okay, so he said finding the character traits and talking about how they relate to theme. Okay, that sounds good to me. I think it's a good choice because we're at the end of our unit. And at the end of a unit, when we're bringing all of our books together, this is when we have lots of information to support ideas we have about themes. Okay? So that's why Bend 3 is themes and not Bend 1. Right? Anyone else want to share their plan for today? Eben? What's the plan for today?
We're going to choose a new theme and find evidence to support.
Okay, so you're going to find a new theme. Okay? That's a good choice because when you write, you should be able to identify more than one theme, like a major and a minor theme. Daniel?
Going back to the start of the book and I need to.
Okay, so you're going to go back through your texts looking for more evidence. that's what you're going to talk about, right, when you have your opportunity. Okay. Chief.
Like, going back to the book and like, while reading, think about character traits and how they
Now, I know it sounds like, we have a formative today, so we're all going to talk about theme, right? But really, what we're practicing today is that with you and your partner, you are in charge of what you talk about, or you can be in charge. And depending on the day, depending on where we are in the unit, what we're doing, you need to be able to choose what's most valuable and meaningful for you and your partner at that time. Okay? And I hope that throughout this unit, you've learned that at different parts of the book, I'm trying to do different things with my thinking. Okay? In the beginning, I'm thinking about these things, and then in the middle, I'm doing this, and then at the end, I'm doing this and that. All right, so good luck. You move back to your seats. I'll be around to talk to you and see what you read over the weekend.